Once again, welcome to you. And now this session is dedicated to the digital phone, IP phone. You can say today, new generation telephone system. Uh, Before starting, just I give one example. When you go to the big hotels, hospitals, yeah, many big organization like offices, you can say in your college campus also. So earlier, suppose upcoming future, definitely after getting job, our professional, either personal level, you must be and ensure I'm 100% sure going visit any location of India and also another location of world. So you just go any simply good hotels. So in good hotels, so in every hotel's rooms, there will be telephone system in the room and Wi-Fi system is available. So when you suppose 5 star or 3 star hotel visited, so before going to the room as reception, their representative send give you one envelope, and in this envelope uh, there is a Wi-Fi username password is given to you. And another thing, when you reach in the home, in the room of the your hotel, there is the telephone system is available, and this telephone system, help of this telephone system, you can take room services and also call to outside of hotel. So how to this possible? This communication system today in digital phone you can easy to understand. In hotel, suppose you are appointed as a network engineer. And one more thing, in the world, if you going to the very good hotel, so definitely you have good opportunities, a lot of job opportunities and good package. Even in Britain's hotels, in USA hotels, you can a lot of package around the annual package 10 lakh plus. Okay, just 1 minute. Okay, now just starting directly practical, how to implement it, IP phone in your campus, either in hotels. It is very easy. If you are become an in charge of any hotels of Wi-Fi network and communication system, so you can help of today's project. Definitely easy to understand how to implement it digital phone in your network. It may be help to Wi-Fi also. Okay. So without delay, just start directly practically. And already one job ad shared to in you your through WhatsApp. I follow that job over. Any today campus, if you want to provide telephony system, each and every office tables, either hotels, rooms. So in this case, definitely management by the one router required. This is the one router. In my this project 2811 is the more comfortable and uh, efficient router is available. So just take 2811 router, and this for more distribution, definitely switch is required. I just take one switch and put here. And suppose here you want to two telephone system connect in this network. It may be up to uh, help up to 811 up to 15 telephone system without any problem. You can connect it in this network, no issue. So just I select phone two telephone system. I just follow the job ad. If you want to connect one directly internet system in the laptop in the hotel room, so you can also take one computer. How to connect it, because these all are different devices. Already informed to you, if different devices, so definitely our cable is the straight cable. Take on straight cable. Router one port. I just take one router port, connect this switches, and I take digital phone. I here two options, switch and PC. I take switch and connect this. Okay, and another more thing. another phone, I connect switch connect. Definitely meaning of the switch is a connect to the switch. If I connect a computer for internet and this like connect the PC. Okay. So this connection is basically for learning purpose. Just take one router and two telephone system. They all are connected, already aware how to connect the devices through the cable. LAN cable, help of the LAN cable and different devices, definitely straight LAN cable is applicable. Now if I want to communicate in this telephony system working, so what step will be required? I just write down, then we go ahead. First, first is the router configuration required. Router configuration. Router configuration means that means ki allotment of IP 10 to 15 minutes. Just to check no. Allotment of IP. Okay. Second is that this is a telephony system, to definitely our telephone not manually IP required. This is automatically IP. So already one session done how to automatic IP implemented. That means the DSCP service enable. Okay. Third is that router configuration, then DSCP service enable, and third is that one. Okay. Third is that two already enabled. Now third is that DSCP services, and then after telephony system required to enable in the router. So enable telephony services, and next is that first is the router configuration, allotment of router configuration in your how to IP already we aware, and second is the because the telephone system never manually IP allotted to that the service available by the DSCP services by the router. And third, because router when no is everything, but without instruction he not do anything. So just enable telephony service. Next is that after telephony service enable, what is telephone number? So allotment of telephone number, this is, and nine and the final what we can do, this is the all 1 to 4 we going for in the router and one by one implemented. And further our switch is the by default internet services, it is no any additional instruction required. If I want to telephony service connect the telephone on this switch, so definitely our switches required to the enabled telephony services. So now permission, you can say permission either instructions as per your convenience, any word used, there is no problem in features. Okay. So this is a type different possible way how to implement digital phone in your network. So now one by one, I going to start it. First, suppose this is a network ID of this You can take here network ID personal level. There is no problem. I just take 10.0.0.0/8. Okay. So accordingly to this, I allotment of IP of this, go to the this router CLI. First time uh, I go for the step number one. So enable no, then is the enable, then is the next is the confi. Now allotment of port number app01 IP int fa0/1 IP at 10.0.0.1. You can take one, no problem. This is a very well known. Power supply of the router port by default off, so must be required on, so no shutdown, firing the command. And after power supply on, definitely saving is required. This is a do right and exit. And further, second, first work is already done. Now all telephone system, all computer system, automatic allotment of IP. So this is the IP DSCP pool. Already know how to DSCP service enable in your router. Now we go for the step number two. So for the phone, definitely some name required phone. What is the gateway? So this is the gateway for all telephony system. So this command is a default hyphen router. Okay. And 10.0.0.1 router. What is the network? Definitely network over here 10.0.0.0.0.255.0.0.0. Okay. Now in the telephony system, 100% IP address not dedicated for telephone system. So some IP must be reserved. So for this, you can IP number of IP may be limited by the firing the command option. Here, as per your job, I just take 150 IP, and this IP from which look starting or ending. How to take starting and ending. So in this, you're just firing the command 150 IP, and next is that starting level 10.0.0.1. Meaning of this line is very simple. I just here definitely 2 की power 24 minus 2 number of IP possible, but I just tell to you ki IP not 100% dedicated for telephone system. Otherwise, your complete system may be hang and disturbed. So for the management of definitely number of IP may be limited. In this case, I just firing 150 IP from 1 to 150 may be distributed. Remaining IP is the reserve for the internet services. Okay. So now this is the do right and exit. So now second our job is also done. First is the allotment of IP. Second is the DSCP. Now third is the telephony service. So definitely firing the command, I just take tab button telephony service. Now I give the instruction to the router. Router, please go for the telephony service. Router now ready for the telephony service. Now it is on your hand how many number of telephone you want to connect in the network. So maximum by the firing command, maximum e phone, that is the 5. Maximum e phone 5 is the 5 phone. 5, 6, 7. In this depend on the router efficiency. 2811 very good router, and up to 15.4 without any problem you can allotment here, no issue. So that means 5. And this telephone number, how many digit, it is on your hand. So maximum DN is 5. This is a 5 digit, 1 2 3 4 5 5 digit telephone number. Just your mobile number 10 digit. So same in hotel, you can either 3 digit, 4 5 6 7, depend on you. So I just take 5 digits. And these all phone where IP taken. So this firing the IP source address from port number 10.1. This is the port number. And for when I just going for the OSI layer, so definitely OSI layer we discuss it divided in the 3 separate group. One is the user support layer, and second is the network support layer, and middle layer is the known as the transport layer. and transport layer is responsible what types, what kinds of communication required the service. So this is the port. Basically, there is a port number 2000. This is the dedicated for telephony service. Here some command issue. This is stored. Okay. Now do right. And one more thing, all telephone number, what telephone number of allotment of there. So you can by manually allotment, you go to the every phone and go allotment telephone number manually. Either in this automatic also alignment. Automatic means ki, if you suppose 5 telephone number you make here, so first telephone connect, so first telephone number is first number, second telephone is the second telephone number. So in this case, uh, without too much command use, simply auto assign 1 to 5. Okay, 1 to 5 auto assign. Do right. The meaning of very simple. I repeat. I just go to the router, firing router the command. Router, you now ready for the telephony service, and in this network you can connect 5 phone, and every phone, each phone have 5-digit number, and each phone IP address taken by the router port for the telephony purpose, and each telephone number related by the auto assign. First telephone number first assign, second telephone number second assign. So now first, second, three are done. Now fourth number allotment of telephony. Okay. So now in this case exit, and what is the telephone number? We just firing e phone dn hyphen dn1. Okay. And what is the number? Number 5 digit 00014 and 5. Do right and exit. One telephone number, and here because in my job we have take 2 telephone number, so definitely 2 telephone number must be ensured. But as per telephony service, up to 5 telephone number possible. So you can take 5 different telephone connect router switch, and every all are working, no problem. So but due to the time saving, I just take 2 phone. Same go for the telephone number, second telephone DN2. What is the telephone number of DN2? This is a 2, and do right. Okay, now exit. So now this first 4 operation done by the router IP allotment, DSCP service, and third telephony service, allotment of the telephone number, and finally last is the permission instruction, the switch. Switch is required telephone. What is this? All telephone is also may be applicable, may be working. Otherwise, switch by default only internet service. So just click on this switch, go to the CLI, enable configuration mode, config. My in switch we have number of 24 number of switch. So, and one more thing you can see, earlier I already tell there is no VLAN. By default, all port you can say single VLAN, you can say no VLAN. So all under VLAN 1. Okay. What is the VLAN? One the last more class we can, if interested, I can do it. So just INTFA 0/1. So if I go for 0/1, so only one port. But I want to all 24 port required go for a telephony service. So INT range FA 0/1 24. Meaning of this is the if firing command all 24 port is applicable. If I just go for one port, 24 time required firing. But in this case, just firing this range, that means all 24 port is applicable. For what instruction? Switch port. I just take mode access firing. What mode access? Wires VLAN 1. Switch port mode wires. Sorry, switch port access VLAN 1. Sorry, access VLAN 1. Okay. So if your command remember directly firing this and this. Okay. Otherwise, I help of the here. I just take and firing all port for telephonic system. So now this all 5 operation as per planning done. my this router port IP allotment done. This all 24 switch is applicable. Now go to the option button, preference button, and here in your job ad, if you are installing, this is by default on plate. I just play and because during this you can listening the sound of telephony system. Now this is the digital telephone. In normal telephone there is no power supply required. Every power supply directly come the telephone exchange, but in the today like mobile, power by default the battery, yeah, chargeable system. So this phone is a like mobile system. So I just click on this telephone, just big size, and just press GUI. So this is the front mode. Okay. So before power required in the local level is a power adapter, and just put here and press GUI and phone. So how to power supply? This is configuration start. If I do every configuration properly, definitely after some time, this is the first I taking the telephone number. So IP address allotment and first 0001 is here showing. Now take another telephone, same power supply on and GUI. Okay. And this two telephone number. Okay. Now just waiting. So in this case, how to work telephone system in your network. So simply router required and any IP address you can select. This IP address is not purchased by any organization. As per your own thing, your capability, you can select any IP network ID. Help of this network ID, you can make uh, local connection via CP, telephony services, and allotment of telephone number, and just go to the switch, and switch is also making the telephony all port enabled for the telephone system. Okay. And then switch your telephone system connect to the switches and power supply on. After a power supply, it may be take some time, but definitely it will work. Now this is a orange, and after this some time IP allotment by default of this port taken from the this router, and this is a now just going check now the first telephone number, this telephone number. Okay. So digital telephone system completely designed by your own level. If I am going everything very well, so definitely you can show here telephone number and also dial from one telephone to another telephone. Okay. So just wait 2 to 3 seconds or more. Here in this IP proper, and just now check exit configuration. So running, how to check? Sorry. So running configuration. DSCP pool, telephone IP address, one IP, very nice, no problem. And now go for the zero IP is also okay. And telephony service, five phone port number, definitely. Telephone number one is the 123. Okay. In my speech, there is no any problem. Definitely it will be work. And this R port is the wires VLAN. Again, check here. Switch port mode access all telephone system. Okay. It takes some time. It may be some problem issue. I just check. I think working now. I saving your project IP phone. It may be my software issue, so I just open another software. Okay, so I just close. Yes, another software will be yes. Because in my computer we have the three different packet tracer. I think all configuration is okay. So higher version I just open and check again it's working or not. Because as per my opinion, everything is going very well. So due to the maybe issue with the software open, I just check desktop and then okay. This is a just waiting now. I just check. Again one more check, final checking. Okay. IP DHCP pool 10.0.0.025 and get 150 IP. Okay, 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 no problem. Port 012.5. Okay, now 5 phone port IP source address that no problem. DN1 E phone DN2. Okay. Your phone is working, yes or no, Nainad? Their number is getting on telephone system, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting? In my system, why is problem?
That's why I'm messaging, sir. There's
I
voice
know
problem is
software
there.
issue, but in new version it may be work, na? I know functional port IP allotment is not here. Okay, so can you share your screen? Yeah, you can ringing, you can dialing number to each and every one. Also, you can listen that phone number. It is if dialing one number to another number, definitely possible. Okay, no functional port. Why not functional? Allotment picture. Okay, I will check again and sharing. Okay, no problem. Number डाल. Engine dialing number we are getting configuration. Okay, ठीक है. Thank you. So again, see you one more class tomorrow. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Namaste.